Okay everybody, we're on to my next leg. This is about a 50-minute trip. I don't even know if GoPro is going to be able to record all of it, but we'll at least start it, and if it cuts off, it cuts off. So we are currently at 64% on the battery. That gives us 207 miles left on the battery. We're on Mad Max mode and it's currently 48 degrees. So there is a driveway on where I'm going, but it is not popping up driveway at all. We're gonna leave it parked in the parking lot. We'll just see what it does. And I think the reason it might not be picking up driveway is because this particular house is right off a main road. So it may think it's a building of some sort that you would park next to or park in a parking lot. So we'll just, would I leave it on parking lot? Yeah, let's do parking lot. Maybe I'll just pull right into the driveway thinking it's a parking lot. So if I don't have any interventions, it will be straight shot from A to B, 100% on FSD, taking me from one place to another with just a push of a button. And we are on 14.1.7. This is a 30-mile-an-hour road. We are going 37. We are in Mad Max. That's to be expected. This is about a 47-mile trip one way. I don't normally take clients this far out. I did this more as a favor to one of my coworkers. It probably will be a one-time event. Alright, we're coming up to some sort of construction lane closure. Let's see how it handles it. It will most likely follow the lead car. Okay, it navigated between that narrow spot well. this green line right here, that's the regen, and look at how much is regenning. That's really great. It's recharging the battery. I don't normally take clients out this far because I have to schedule in 3 hours out of the day to do it, and I only get paid based on visits, and it really, for what I could do in that 3 hours, I could probably see 2 hours closer to home. I mean, it does happen. I try not to turn people away, but sometimes I have to, because I'm only doing this twice a week, and then I work in a regular facility 3 times a week. So in order to schedule everybody in, it's very hard to schedule people where it takes, I don't know why this is coming on a lot. I am paying attention, the blue line, but it takes a lot of time out of the day. One nice thing about taking further patients when you have, oh wow, it is not liking me today. I'm going to take my glasses off. I don't know why. One nice thing about having an electric car is when you do have to do these, you're just using battery power, so you're not wasting gas. And right now, since I have free charging, it really doesn't cost me anything to do these types of travel. It is getting on me today, isn't it? I don't know, or at least this trip. unsafe at all, and the speed itself does not bother me, but it probably will if I end up getting a ticket, because we're automatically 20 miles over the speed limit. Now we're getting ready to come up on 65, so that switched to 65, so let's just see how much higher it will go. So we're at 75, 78, we're at a 65. I think this would be comfortable for anybody in any kind of highway situation. And I think, like Dirty Tesla was saying, I think you have to disengage and re-engage it and bump it up. Bumping it down, it does not seem to like set it to a slower speed. I might try that on the way home. Start off with Mad Max, let it go for a little bit, and then say bump it all the way down to chill. See if it slows down, and then bump it back up again. So this was nice behavior. It moved over to the right-hand lane. That was something we were not seeing on 13. Mad Max seems to do it a little bit faster and kind of does it a little bit more, but I'm glad to see it on the hurry mode. That was one of the things that a lot of people were complaining about, is that it liked to camp out in the left lane when there was no reason to do that. And so far this is showing that it will move over when it's clear to do so and you have room to do it. So I do like seeing that behavior. It does seem to be staying off that yellow line, but I'm noticing here it seems to be hugging the white line, which it was not doing before. Which was one of the reasons why I always try to get it over into this lane on version 13, is because it did so nicely centering between the two white lines. And right now it seems to be a little closer to the left, so you can tell the gap between the two. Yeah, see, that's a little more centered on the straightaway. I don't know, do you guys like seeing that kind of screen sometimes? Kind of the terrain? I can leave it like that for just a little bit. So we seem to be kind of holding steady at 75 and the 65 on hurry mode. And I think I did see somewhere that was posted that it does seem to be in that hurry mode about 10 miles over the posted speed limit. Boy, it is not liking me. It is yelling at me left and right today. Well, that just goes to show that these cameras up here, they're watching me, and apparently whatever I'm doing, it's not happy with me. I'm not holding anything anymore, so I don't know. Maybe I'm not moving around as much. So far it's questions or comments, please feel free to post them. I'll try to answer them the best that I can. There's also an air quality index at 60% or 60. I guess it's a 6. I don't know what that means, but I'm not sure that's good. I'll have to look to see what the ranges are for an air quality index. But it does tell you that. I guess if you have any lung issues, asthma, allergies, I guess that would be a good number to know. I don't know if anybody wants to look up what that is and post it below, that'd be great. What the range numbers are, what they mean. Like it is hugging this white line a little bit too much. It's like we've kind of regressed in that aspect. It stays off the yellow, but now it's holding this the white line on the left a little bit too much. I feel like I'm kind of right on top of the car that's coming beside me. Exit coming up here in about 4 miles. I'll put this back to full mode for you guys. I don't know which way you like it. Let me know. Do you like seeing the terrain a little bit, or do you just prefer to see the whole screen of just driving? I think on the highway it's kind of boring to have the whole screen like that. It's kind of nice to see the terrain, but let me know. Oh, this is great. I was just going to say, this is where I would probably get into the right-hand lane, and look, it did it. So that's definitely an improvement behavior. It was not doing that on version 13, and I'm really happy to see this on hurry mode as well. And we've been staying at 75 on hurry, so maybe that's an indicator that on hurry mode it has a max offset of 10 miles above the posted speed limit. Now the question would be is if it got over to go around something and something fast was coming behind it, or it needed to make a faster move, would it go past the 75 to get up and get in front of somebody if need be? Now there is a tractor trailer on the side of the road. It should move over to the left. Oh good, it did. Yay, okay. That was a behavior on version 13 that it did not do. It would stay right there, and look, it's getting back over. Wow, that was good. Okay, very human-like. I like that. And our exit's coming up here. And I guess it feels to be able to make it around. Well, here we go. This is kind of what I was talking about. Let's just see. I mean, at 75, it probably has enough room if this truck continues its speed. Wow, I'll have to say, this trip is feeling really, really good as far as what it's doing, its behavior. I'm really impressed, very impressed with it. The only disengagement I had to have was because there was a cop around the corner, and it was either disengage or get a ticket, only. I don't know. I am not familiar with this area, so I don't know. It's not going to do any worse than probably I will. So this is where the supervising comes into play. Not sure what that was all about, but there's a little tiny concrete curb here. I don't know if it was going more around. It was overcorrecting that, and that's what that little, I don't know, maneuver was. It's 55 through here. It was doing, what was it doing, 66? So we're still in a hurry. It felt uncomfortable a little bit to me because I'm not really sure of the road and how things go. So the speed actually was fine. It didn't do anything dangerous. It's just me trying to process where I am and what's coming up. So I myself probably would have been a little bit more cautious. FSD, it's got all the cameras around it, so it's able to see things much more quickly than I am. And it kind of knows what it's doing and where it's going, whereas I'm not sure where we're going myself because I haven't been up here. This is my first time to this client's house. Okay, we are back. My GoPro, of course, overheated, so I wasn't able to get the rest of the trip, but we're going to see how it does heading to the supercharger. So we're going to try to recharge this back up again. Alright, it did very well backing out of that road. And we are in hurry mode. It is 55 through here. It's 48 degrees, 46 left on the battery, which gives us 149 miles. And we will get to the supercharger with 25% left. I did charge it this morning just to give it a little extra battery, just because with the temperature and with the distance I was going, and I like to have everything running. Alright, I'm going to bump this down because this is like a back country road-ish and they really don't like people speeding, so I bumped it down to chill. And we're at 57, so that's perfect for around here. You got animals, dogs, kids, so I don't really like to speed too much on roads like this when there's a lot of residential houses. So we'll see how long the GoPro will last on this run before overheating. I do have, so I apologize. apologize if you're hearing that fan. I do have the fan running a little bit just to try to, I really don't need the heat on. Just to try to keep the GoPro kind of cool. We'll do it that way for right now since we're in this type of area. As soon as I put it down to chill from hurry, it did respond pretty quickly. I am going to try this on the highway as well, get it back up to Mad Max, which is my favorite mode. But then we're going to see if we can kind of back it back down on the highway to say, hey, this is going too fast, you need to go slower. Video, I think a way to counteract the people who want the scroll to set the max is maybe to have it pre-programmed where you yourself can put in, I want to go 10 miles over the speed limit. And then if for some reason there's a maneuver where FSD sees a situation that it needs to get out of and it needs to go above that speed limit to be able to safely maneuver or navigate, that it has the option to do that based on its own discretion. And I know that opens a lot of cans of worms. At whose discretion? FSD? Is it you? And that creates a lot of what I call, outside parameters that are day-to-day life that you don't necessarily have control over. We are coming up to a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. Let's just see if it even notices it. And it does not. It stays at 55. So that's another thing, is it's not always picking up the speed signs, the speed limits. So even though it says 40, it's 55, I have it in chill, it's still going to do the speed limit, so technically it's still going what it thinks. It's still going over the speed limit that is posted. And that's something that needs to be fixed. It needs to start picking up and reading signs a lot better than it does. It's doing really well navigating between the yellow and the white line there. It's staying pretty dead center. It's very comfortable, very smooth. Charger around 2:16. My next client's at 3, so I'm hoping I can kind of get a little bit of a charge on here. The only reason I'm stopping is because to charge is just because I have the time to do it. If you hear the fan, I'm going to see if I can cut it down just a little bit, but I'm trying to, maybe it has a little circulation. I'm trying to move this up a little bit over the GoPro, maybe it won't overheat as much. I think these GoPros, especially the one I have, is designed more for outside. It does have a vent where airflow will cool that battery down, but unfortunately we're obviously inside the car, so there's no quote-unquote air flowing over it other than from the vent. it does overheat. Chill mode, speed limit's 55, it's at 56, 57. We're coming around a curve, so it's adjusting its speed for that. A lot of deer crossing this time of the year. Over the limit on chill. Going around these curves may be limiting the speed that it would normally run at on a straight line. Distance, which is great, good to see. Not such a hard stop and rushing the red light. It does say road closed up there at that white sign and a detour. Where we're going, the road really is not closed. It'll be interesting to see if FSD reads it as closed, if it freaks it out, or if it just continues on its way. So let's just see what it does. Okay, perfect. That did fine. Exits coming up here for 88. Did a great job slowing down here to be able to handle that corner. And let's see if we get up to speed. It is 65 on this highway. You're still in chill, so let's just see how posted, very similar to what it did on the 2-lane road. There's some cars coming up behind it and beside it that are going faster, so I'm kind of curious to see if this flow of traffic will influence the decision or the speed at all, or if it will stick to 67. That doesn't seem to be making an impact, at least in the chill mode, so it seems to be pretty set at 67 at the moment. I'll give it a little bit longer and then we'll put it back up to, I think, standard comes after chill. So I think if you're someone who just kind of likes to cruise down the highway and just kind of keep as close to the speed limit as possible, I really think chill is where you're going to want to be at. That's going to be your most comfortable level. We're going a little bit up the hill. I think that's why it dropped to 66. Now we're back up to 67. Coming up on our left. I think as soon as that one passes, we will put it in the next level up. Oh, never mind. Now they're behind me. Okay, we'll get past this. No cops sitting there. Thank goodness. Okay, now we're going to put it in standard. Let's see how it behaves. We got 65 mile posted. And let's just see if it keeps to that 10 mile or below offset from the posted. We are coming around a corner here, a little curve, so it will adjust its speed to that. So once we get back on the straightaway, I think we'll be able to get a better judge on what its, I guess its max speed that it has been programmed to do. There's going to be a tractor trailer coming and merging onto the highway. I'm assuming it's going to get over to let him in. Perfect. Lots of room. Good timing. Now we'll see if it gets back over. Perfect. That's really very natural, very human. Like very much how I travel when I do highways. And again, this is on standard. We're at 65 posted. We're at 70 currently, so we're 5 miles above. When I was on standard with the other video, it was kind of keeping at 74, 75. And right now we seem to be keeping it like 69, 70. There are faster moving cars coming up on our left. And it's going to go ahead and get over. Now, this is kind of the scenario I was talking about. So these cars behind us are going a lot faster. Are they going to influence the speed and have it push it down the road so it gets out of their way? Speed up, get ahead of this car, and get back into the right-hand lane. Seems to be sticking at 70. That car is coming